All right, guys. So this was the last episode. We took this patty long and had really no continuation trades or any more trades on the day. So let's move on to March 18 here. All right, all right. The market just dumped. So let's look at actual news. This was 8:30 news, so that's good. Okay. With how we're seeing, obviously, I am leading bearish because the market is bearish. So I'm definitely looking at this low over here, which is a narrow intermediate low. But if we're just gonna respect this 4 hour gap, then I would definitely look for some sort of internal longs here, because obviously the market moves like this. So if there's so much inefficiency, we're gonna just rebalance that before actually going to the higher time frame draw liquidity. So look at the 15 minute. I would want to see obviously field equilibrium here, and what really is in line to the equilibrium with this until 15 minutes. So let's see how the market open would go here. Long street looks really good to me if the market presents it. All right, are we gonna get shorts? I mean, we just rebalanced this in 15 minute gap. I don't really like the structure for shorts quite yet. Yeah, there's so much LR, but I don't really like the short right now. Mm-hmm. How about this long? It's also 8:30 high, right? What's 8:30 high? Oh, that's for 50 minutes. Also that high. I do believe we're gonna just flush here, but the RR is just I'm gonna put risk in here, guys. This is more of a sculpt. Do believe we can have better quality setups today, but this type of long is just a type of long I just really can't stand but take. So we're gonna take this trade towards the data high, and yeah, maybe even target it until 15 minute higher. Yeah, just even until 15 minute here. Yeah, but I'm gonna go break even as soon as we hit data highs because we might reject from there. So it's some more discretionary setup, guys, and it's more on experience wise. And I just do believe if we're truly bullish and our drawn liquidity is right, we should flush here. Hmm. Wait a second. It didn't look so good. It was pretty spontaneous. However, I actually started questioning myself because we never delivered from anything. If we didn't deliver from any 5 minute, never mind. I'm just gonna take it. If I end the lose streak here, I end the lose streak. I mean, end the win streak. But for some reason, I'm seeing something that I shouldn't. I just see this failing for some reason. I'm seeing this trade failing for some reason, and this long wouldn't play out. Look at actually ES for ES is that, I mean, we both inverse the gap. All right, I'm gonna take it. This is pretty discretionary. This might actually end the win streak, but I don't really mind. At least I took risk on it. All right, see how this goes. Oh, actually, that would just literally stop me out right away. Actually, gonna post a position here. I do believe we're gonna get stopped out here. That's the first L on the day. I mean, on this episode. So yeah, I would get stopped out there. Okay. So if I'm gonna just follow what I want it to be, I really like this longs, but if you can see before I pull the trigger, there, suddenly my intuition comes into play. Again, when you get some sort of market experience, time, just really time on the charts. You build those time, and you start building those on the trenches, back testing, just live trading every single day. You suddenly see things that looks good, but your intuition is gonna say, no, don't take it. That's what it said, but I was like, nah, just take it. Then here I will get punished for that. So it's particularly if you're just gonna look at mechanically wise and like my conviction, I really want this really spontaneous, but as I said, we're not delivering from anything. I was trying to validate this 5 minute, but it says an extremely little 5 minute and not really delivering from anything. So honestly, I would take that loss. It was more in the bad loss, could definitely be avoided, but take more on this day. I think I actually do believe shorts are good here, but I'm not gonna ever gonna trade away from a data high. So this short could work out, but I'm never gonna trade against data high. Yeah. How about this short? Looks good, but it so looks just so choppy. So I'm just gonna wait. They're just flush. So what do we do here? This is a really low probability day. Yeah, that's the first loss here, guys, on this episode. I took this long right here. Yeah, I took this long, then I just manually closed it when we were at this point right here. So I had like a 15 point loss there. It's just if we failed to flush, I just know the trade won't work out. So I just end up just manually closing it. And I would still get stopped out in full stop loss, even if I put my stops here, even if I put my stops in this low. The trade idea is already invalidated for me. And yeah, there's really no trade here ever if I would think about re-entering. So this for me is just a really low probability today. And it definitely tested me with, sometimes you're gonna be a little bit euphoric. You feel like doing really good. Like for me, I'm a really, really hot win streak. And I think, my trades would bang, but this one I wasn't rewarded. I was punished for it, but it's part of statistics. You're not gonna be always winning. The statistics will rebound itself out. However, this statistic right here can definitely be avoided. But let's move on to the next day. Is it's a really, for me, low probability day. Even if you try to find a re-entry, not really good. All right, we took that low. How about okay? Whoa, he has already took the low. So we're currently having a bearish SMT here. So what you're saying? I mean, a bullish SMT here. So what you're saying? Think so. I'm gonna mark out this hourly intermediate low as well. Okay, we just literally manipulated towards that on market open. Um, what was that? All right, I'm not taking anything here. 5 minute, even a 5 minute looks bad. I mean, you can take a 5 minute inversion off the bat. Hmm, yeah, I just do believe this is already the lowest point where the price would go. This is actually, again, a lower probability one, but it's a type of trade that is more discretionary. And it's something that is just, if I just not take, I would call myself a donut. So I'm not gonna take it right now. I'm gonna definitely wait for some internal structure to form maybe since we already had this higher time from bullish SMT, we also had the 5 minute inversion, which is the highest time from flag. Do you believe you're gonna rebound to this hourly gap or this 50 minute intermediate high? Or at least this high right here. This news high? Not really a news high. How about this high? 830, 830? No. No more data highs. I'm just gonna wait for like some sort of 3 minute structure to form here. and I'm gonna take long from there. So we're currently on the 3 minute BPR here. You can see we already tapped equilibrium. So any long here, actually I want to take long here now. Because if I was in this, I said, all right, I'm gonna take this long, put my stops here. Looking at the psychology of the market, I would have already stopped out, unless I go where tighter stops. But we already had. I was waiting for internal structure. We have this 3 minute BPR that was holding. As you can see, tap equilibrium with a decent reaction. I am willing to take a trade here. I do believe it's a 15 or 30-second version here. I just can't see it, but I do believe it's a 30 or 50-second version. So okay, I'm just gonna put my stops here and target this. I think this is some sort of high. It's a 930 high. It looks like not really a prominent high. That's my key drawn liquidity, but I don't need to target 130 points to be to say, all right, I did my job this day. I just need to get like, a piece of the pie. And 80 points is not really a piece of the pie. It's a really good piece of the pie. And I'm gonna go break even at this high. Why? Because it's a 3 minute intermediate high, also a 3 minute BPR. So let's take this trade here. I have more conviction in this one. I'm just gonna be explaining it real quick on why I took this trade. First of all, we have this higher time for bullish S&P, the sell side liquidity, which is a major low. You can see if you can look at the sell. All right, guys, it's a little interruption from there because our water delivery just came. Anyway, again, look at the 4 hour time frame. This is a higher time frame sell side of the curve. So we have a bullish S&P out of that, if you can see the 4 hour time frame. And then look at the hourly gap. This is my actual drawn liquidity, which is until hourly. But I'm not gonna target that until hourly because I don't need to get the again. You don't need to get the full move. We just need to get a piece of the pie. But an 80-point move is not necessarily just a piece of the pie, but it's a really good piece of the pie. So now, where did I take this trade out of that SMT? So you can think about NQ actually took that low, so we had the liquidity sweep with the highest time frame version here, which is the 5 minute. And looking at the psychology of the market for the people that are really like me, put the stop losses here. I already stopped out, but I waited because I want some sort of internal manipulation because I don't really like how strong we inverse this 5 minute. Don't look at the 5 minute, it was pretty strong, but if you look at the 1 minute structure, not really a fan of it. So I was waiting for internal structure. We can see here rebalance to this 3 minute BPR, tap equilibrium, rejected from the equilibrium. I do believe there's some sort of maybe 15 second inversion here. I just can't see it and I can't prove it, but I do believe there's like 15 or 30 second here. And we're gonna be going to break even at this 3 minute intermediate high and also the 3 minute BPR targeting this most recent high. Say, bro, this is equal high when I target here. I mean, you could, in fact, I'll just target that, right? It's an equal high, so we should flush it straight to it. So just it's pretty much why I took this trade. So let's just take it, bang bang. Okay, I'm break even there actually. This was a really good price action. What happened? Why can I go break even? Why can I go break even, guys? Okay, I'm just gonna go like that. Okay, keep a hit there. What is happening? I'm just gonna close there manually. What's happening with my FX replay? All right, I don't know what was happening there, but we banged this trade right here. Again, if you just follow your systems, you're going to be able to bang this type of trades. We might lose yesterday. I think we're down like, what, 20-ish points yesterday? I forgot how much points I actually lost there, but I don't really mind. Got a nice W, 90-point trade here. I'm not really sure if you're going to go towards this high, but let's see. Yeah, but it's going to take so much time. Actually, I think you're going to be stopped out of, exactly. This is why I don't want to aim for like the moons in stores, they actually draw liquidity in the day. We might still go there, but bro, you would literally be up 120 points at a time, be like certain points from your trade profit. and now you're gonna be stopped out on break. That sucks, right? So yeah, then this might just gonna chop would hit your TP technically. You draw liquid in the day, but you didn't really win. You hit break even here. So that's exactly what the reasoning why I just only get the piece of the pie. It's really gonna be it for this episode, guys. I'm gonna be peacing out. Peace out, y'all.